The streets of London were momentarily transformed into a fashion runway as Jin of BTS made an electrifying appearance during his #Seokjin_EP tour, donning a striking custom Gucci jacket that sent fans and fashion critics into a frenzy. The bold red and white varsity jacket, emblazoned with his name, Jin, across the back, didn't just make a statement. It stopped traffic. As thousands of armies gathered outside the concert venue in anticipation, chaos briefly erupted when Jin stepped out of his tour vehicle in full Gucci regalia. Eyewitnesses reported that passers-by halted in their tracks, vehicles slowed to a crawl, and local authorities had to redirect foot traffic due to the spontaneous crowd surge around the area. Gucci's official X, formerly Twitter, account had already teased the outfit earlier that day, posting backstage and performance photos of Jin under the spotlight. The viral post ID 1964252303776719273 was enough to ignite speculation among fans, but the real-life reveal elevated the moment to another level. Jin's look, effortlessly blending high fashion with stage presence, was praised not only by fans but by several prominent British designers who labeled it an instant classic. The jacket, rumored to be a one-of-one piece crafted specifically for Jin, symbolizes his growing influence beyond music and into global fashion. Since being named Gucci's global brand ambassador in August 2024, Jin has steadily redefined the role of a K-pop idol in luxury branding. But nothing could have prepared London for this moment. "I thought it was a film shoot," said one local cafe owner near the venue. "Then I saw the crowd and realized it was just Jin being Jin." As footage of the scene continues to circulate online, one thing is certain: Jin doesn't just wear fashion, he is fashion. And in London, on a seemingly ordinary tour stop, he turned a simple entrance into a cultural phenomenon. In the hours following his appearance, social media platforms erupted with reactions, with hashtags like #JinInLondon, #GucciJin, and #RunSeokjin_EP_tour dominating worldwide trends. Fans compared the moment to watching royalty arrive, while several fashion editors dubbed the look fashion diplomacy at its finest. Gucci's own repost of fan edits signaled the brand's recognition of just how culturally seismic the moment was. Meanwhile, luxury fashion commentators took to industry publications like Vogue UK and Business of Fashion to analyze the broader implications. When Jin steps out in a custom Gucci piece, it's not just a celebrity endorsement, it's a signal, wrote style editor Margot Lin. He bridges markets effortlessly, from Seoul to Paris, Tokyo to London. This jacket isn't a costume, it's a crown. Gucci insiders, speaking anonymously to Korean media outlet Starness, confirmed that the piece worn by Jin was handcrafted by the brand's atelier in Florence, designed in consultation with Jin himself. The back embroidery, which boldly states Jin, was reportedly his idea, intended as a tribute to both his individuality and the fans who call his name in every city he visits. Local London fans, many of whom had camped outside the venue overnight, described the moment as unreal. "It wasn't just that he looked good," said Anika, a 21-year-old fan from Camden. "It was that he knew he would. He walked like someone who understood the power of his presence and used it kindly." The tour stop itself, part of the larger #RunSeokjin_EP tour, has been noted not just for its musical excellence, but for its layered artistry. Jin's fusion of storytelling, emotion, fashion, and intimacy sets a new standard for what it means to be a global solo act. In every city, he leaves behind not just applause, but awe. And in London, the city of style and spectacle, Jin didn't just arrive, he took over. As the night progressed, the ripple effects of Jin's appearance were felt across industries. Within just 24 hours of Gucci's official post, online searches for Jin Gucci varsity jacket skyrocketed by over 800%, according to fashion analytics firm Trendscope. Resale sites saw a surge in demand for similar varsity designs, while fan-made replicas began popping up across platforms like Etsy and Instagram, many of them already sold out. But beyond the commerce, there was an emotional undertone that resonated deeply with fans. For many, Jin's London appearance marked not just another tour date, but a triumphant return to global prominence after his military service. His confidence, maturity, and grace became symbols of resilience and evolution, proof that he hadn't just returned, but risen higher. British media also took notice. The Guardian featured a piece titled Jin of BTS, the K-pop star turning London into a catwalk, while BBC Radio 1 dedicated a segment to his dual identity as both a global pop sensation and a luxury brand icon. Even outlets not typically focused on K-pop, like GQ UK and Financial Times, noted the economic and cultural weight of his presence. Perhaps most touching was a quiet moment captured by a fan near the artist's entrance, Jin, before going on stage, briefly stopping to greet a young ARMY in a wheelchair. In the clip, he kneels, takes her hand, and says something softly, barely audible over the crowd, but her tears say it all. That 10-second video has since been shared over 7 million times with the caption, "He didn't just make London stop. He made us feel seen." As the London leg of his #Seokjin_EP tour came to a close, Jin left the venue not with pomp, but with purpose. Still in his now iconic red jacket, he waved to the remaining crowd, smiled with that signature calm expression, and disappeared into the night. A star who had nothing to prove, yet continues to shine brighter with every step. In the city of Big Ben, it wasn't the bells that echoed loudest that night. IT was the name embroidered across one unforgettable jacket. Jin. In the days that followed, the impact of Jin's London appearance continued to reverberate. Gucci stock saw a modest but noticeable uptick. Analysts noted that mentions of the brand surged by over 300% globally, with Korea, Japan, and the United Kingdom leading in engagement. Media outlets dubbed it the Jin effect, once again proving that the eldest BTS member is not just a musician, but a global marketing powerhouse. Fashion houses from Milan to Paris were reportedly closely observing Jin's crossover success, as revealed by WWD Korea. Rumors even began circulating that 2 European couture houses had extended informal invitations to Jin for their spring/summer 2026 collections, not as a guest, but as a potential creative collaborator or even model. Meanwhile, Gucci doubled down. On September 8th, they released an extended video campaign titled "The Story Behind the Jacket," narrated partially by Jin himself. The clip, which opens with behind-the-scenes footage from the London tour stop, quickly became one of the brand's most-watched video ads ever on X and YouTube. Fans praised the cinematic approach, the vulnerability in Jin's voice, and how the piece celebrated identity, memory, and artistry. In his narration, Jin says, "When they asked me what I wanted on the back, I said, just my name. Because I want to walk with it proudly, on stage and everywhere." That single line has since been printed on thousands of fan-made posters, t-shirts, and banners. It even trended under the tag #WalkWithJin, used by fans who shared stories of how Jin inspired them to reclaim their identity, their passion, or their strength. For London's ARMYs, the memory remains vivid. "We didn't just see an artist," one fan told the Korea Herald. "We saw a man who honors where he comes from, wears his name with pride, and invites us all to do the same." With several more stops left in the #Seokjin_EP tour, fans and the fashion world alike are watching closely, waiting to see not only what Jin wears next, but what message he delivers through every stitch, every lyric, and every moment. Because with Jin, nothing is accidental. Every detail, like that red jacket, is a declaration. He is not following fashion, he is the moment. The lasting impact of Jin's appearance in London extended well beyond fashion headlines and viral videos. In the days that followed, international luxury forums and fashion consultancy firms began referring to the phenomenon as the Jin effect, a term previously used in Korea but now adopted globally to describe his unparalleled ability to merge artistry with commerce. Gucci's UK division reported a notable spike in store traffic the morning after the concert, with several shoppers requesting the jacket Jin wore, despite it being a one-of-a-kind. Meanwhile, Korean media outlets framed his London moment as a national triumph. Major broadcasters like SBS and KBS ran primetime features highlighting how a Korean soloist not only headlined a major European venue but redefined global celebrity in real time, not through controversy or overexposure, but through authenticity, elegance, and depth. Back in Seoul, Big Hit Music released a brief statement. "We are proud of Jin's continued journey as both an artist and a cultural ambassador. His London appearance reflects not only his personal growth, but the shared journey of BTS and ARMY worldwide." Industry experts were quick to comment as well. Fashion historian Clara Young of Seoul National University said, "What Jin has done is rare. He didn't just wear the brand, he became the moment. That's something fashion houses dream of, but only few individuals can truly manifest." Even fellow celebrities chimed in. Korean actress and model Lee Sung-kyung posted a photo of Jin in his jacket with a caption, "Red is the color of royalty, and you wore it like a king."